Dear learners, in this session we will learn about management of village resource centers and village knowledge centers. In this session we will understand about important aspect of village resource center and village knowledge center program. We will learn about infrastructure and manpower required for these knowledge center. We will assess the requirement of capacity building, training, which are required for the staff and knowledge workers of these centers. We will understand parameters and tools required for effective monitoring and evaluation of village resource center and village knowledge centers. We will understand about the importance of partnership and elements of sustainability in these knowledge centers. Before starting, we should know about the important aspects of village resource center and village knowledge centers. These two centers should have local specific and demand driven content. These centers should organize trainings and awareness program. These centers should make linkages with several leading institutions, organizations for translating the content, that is know how to do how, into the applications and the actions. These all can be achieved through a collection of several secondary data and a well planned need assessment. For the management of a village resource center, we need to have a specific location. The village resource center should be located in a central point at a block level or a commune level or a mandal level or equivalent to any administrative level. It should be accessible for everyone within the village community. The second important thing is we need to have a good building infrastructure. Village resource center should be located preferably in ground floor with a minimum space of 17 into 12 feet with the minimum 2 rooms. It should have a one training hall having the facility of video conferencing. It should have reference library, uninterrupted power supply for at least 4 hours with a combination of grid power, solar, wind energy and with the battery backup for efficient running of the center. Amongst the ICT infrastructure, village resource center should have a minimum 8 to 10 network computers, printers, broadband or dial-up internet connection. They should have one digital camera at least, necessary audio system for conducting meetings as well as video conferencing. The center should also have a display or a notice board, a library, a blackboard, first aid box, a suggestion box and wired or wireless public address system for proper communication of information to all. In village resource center, we should have a efficient manpower and we should minimum have 2 to 3 staff depending on service to be provided for the population and the village knowledge center. The manpower should be in combination of sociology, anthropology, subject matter specialists such as agriculture, fisheries, micro enterprises and should also have a technical or hardware specialist. Village knowledge center may have 2 to 3 knowledge workers who will be selected by the partners of the centers. Gender equality should be maintained while engaging staff for both village resource center as well as village knowledge centers. After selection of knowledge workers, village resource center will organize a series of training programs to the knowledge workers at their place in local language. The training program should cover major aspects such as what is the concept of a village knowledge center. We need to understand the flow of communication among different players such as data provider, facilitating agency, village resource center, village knowledge center and the specific users. We need to have an understanding about different activities such as need assessment, content development, training or awareness programs and linkages among them. We need to understand how a village knowledge center is helpful for a village development. We need to know the do's and don'ts of the center and how to maintain these centers. We need to understand how to maintain different register pertaining to village resource center or village knowledge center for proper record keeping. We need to know how to improve income through different sources. We need to specify and describe the roles of the management committee. We need to develop yearly plan, monthly plan and weekly plan for proper management. We should know how to collect the local content and how to disseminate the content through various modes such as notice board, public address system or in a village meeting. We need to have a proper understanding about the monitoring and evaluation of these centers. We also have to look how to ensure community participation and how to create awareness among different players regarding village knowledge center and how to select a proper place for setting up of a village knowledge center. We need to define what are the different hurdles will be faced during the process of setting up of a village knowledge center. We need to know how to conduct the meetings and assign the role of facilitator. We need to know how to collect traditional knowledge and innovative practices and inculcate listening skill among the users. We also need to know how to form the groups, subgroups or focus group for a training and capacity building. We need to understand how to collect case studies and how to conduct quiz programs for knowledge workers which are based on the availability of content in their knowledge resource center. Village resource center may also organize exposure visit to the knowledge workers to different village knowledge center so that they can gain more knowledge, in fact more informed knowledge. Based on the current development of ICT, the knowledge workers develop a local specific content using the expertise of grassroots academicians and share the content among using virtual platform. They also assess the difference between knowledge and the information. The knowledge workers will assist in interview techniques and its presentation techniques. It will also assist in audio content development and overall management of virtual platform. The staff of a village resource center should have a thorough knowledge about the community participation and facilitation skills. They should have a development of micro planning, gender analysis, community need assessment. They should know the functions of management committee, monitoring and evaluation procedures. They should have an understanding about digital photography and hardware maintenance as well. Staff should know how to reach information to the people, how to exchange the content among the village resource center and village knowledge centers. They should have knowledge how to validate the content, how to disseminate the content, how to index the content as a thematic wise. They should have an understanding about data bank mapping and assess for the various topics, content development planning based on the findings of need assessment exercises. They should know time taken for addressing the user queries as per the user registration so that early resolution may be planned in future. Both the members of Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center should know about the current trends of information, communication and technologies so that the effective usage of mobile application and the policies related to rural connectivity and different scheme of government department should be known. Let us understand about monitoring and evaluation. In order to analyze the effectiveness of Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Centers, several monitoring and evaluation tools such as outcome mapping, result based management, logical framework analysis are being developed. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center may collect trainees' profile of different ICT based curricula, document case studies such as services and technology used. They may collect information about behavioral changes due to information and awareness. They need to have an understanding about impact on individual livelihood and economic and social empowerment. The user pattern such as how many of them may visit, how many of them are repeated user, frequently asked questions, information flow and the time taken for each answer, usage of age and gender pattern, which target group are mostly using, what is the purpose of their visit, occupation of users. These all informations related to users are being analyzed. Village Resource Center should also develop indicators for all training programs. Implementing agency will form a management committee consisting of several experts, representatives from NGOs, members from rural community. This community will review the program periodically for its monitoring and evaluation. It is important to involve youth in management of Village Knowledge Center and of course in decision making. The manager of Village Resource Center or Village Knowledge Center should be familiar with the technology. They should have a willingness to learn and have an interest in the needs of community. The management process should be flexible, collective and wherever necessary hierarchical with the individual accountability. The role of community in management should typically be advisory and the functional management by the community is not at all necessary. It is important to identify young volunteers with leadership qualities and good communication skills to be linked with the community. These young volunteers will set motion into an interactive two-way process and communication of information sharing. The implementing agency should conduct periodic impact assessment based on surveys and establish a virtual network of policy makers, researchers, educators, service providers, farms and fishing communities. It will be necessary to carry out case studies on empowering women and underprivileged sections of society. This will help in monitoring the impact of knowledge and technology for sustainable rural development and the knowledge centers on government policies. Let us understand the importance of partnership. The success of any program depends on power of partnership. It is only through these partnerships that village resource centers and village knowledge centers can bridge a gap between scientific know-how and field level to do how. Village resource center and village knowledge centers can bring more partners regarding agriculture, animal husbandry, education, weather, health, business, law, etc. Apart from the community ownership, the second most important ingredient for success of ICT enabled development program is building multi-stakeholder partnership. Due to collaborative approach, the experts working in different sectors such as in academic institution, research institutions, extension centers, they all provide a collaborative and authentic and reliable information to the community. It is therefore imperative to forge partnership with the expert both at the individual level as well as at the institutional level. Further, if the development is to be holistic and integrated, the work should not be in isolation. So, the Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center have to bring in the expertise and take advantage of knowledge and skill of wide range of people and organization, including the indigenous knowledge and traditional skills of the communities. Let us understand about the sustainability of these knowledge centers. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center has to develop linkages with a range of rural service provider and handle services on the behalf of both government as well as private sector. Some of these services would be a fee based and could generate revenue for the center. Collaboration with private sector and industry could be on the pattern of production on contract, franchisee, buyback arrangement or decentralized production should be supported by a key centralized services. For example, e-commerce. E-commerce is one of the great initiative for this. Both the Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center should provide multiple services such as telemedicine, teleeducation, interactive farm and fishery advisories, government schemes and its entitlements, weather services, remote sensing applications, etc. These centers needs to provide necessary capacity building trainings to the knowledge workers and rural communities in different aspects, including the creation of local specific demand driven information and the data. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center may be economical sustainable if it can make profit. However, in present context, social sustainability and the impact of social change is more important. Community ownership is the key for sustainability of community communication project. However, their ownership can have multiple facets. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center can create long-term self-sustaining solutions which reflect local needs and require local initiatives and entrepreneurship so that it can fuel the creation of additional local business and community enterprises. Village Resource Center and Knowledge Center should be more in number and the information exchange must be available at a lower cost. These centers should offer a range of free public good services as well as fee based services as well. An interesting application of ICT in strengthening the rural livelihood, that is income security, is its role in promoting linkages with credit institutions and private industry have the willingness to get products manufactured by rural self-help groups on a franchisee loan. This has opened opportunities for spreading a large set of promising scientific and technological based franchisee that bank could also support through the bank loans. The Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Centers are vital for creating sustainable rural micro enterprises in the area of agriculture, food processing, animal husbandry, fisheries, sericulture, handicraft, rural industry, and even IT based services. These centers are more vital in developing a rural to urban e-commerce service network. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center help in building linkages of rural communities with their relatives, friends, traders, and in the national as well as global level. This could also generate some sort of income. Further, the links with the journals, press, private companies, they can fetch low cost page design work for developing their training materials. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center can be converted into local service provider to provide internet bandwidth for private companies. It can also for the hospitals, educational institutions, individuals with the help of banks and wireless companies. Another option is to link the village resource centers and village knowledge centers with the cable TV operators, where they can get more advertisement from the agriculture products and their associated companies. Village Resource Center and Village Knowledge Center will provide extensive hardware training for village community and allow them to provide low cost services for companies, institutions, and of course individuals. The village resource and village knowledge centers can distribute SMS in the form of local content through the cell phones to different kind of people like academicians, traders, doctors, students, and this will train the rural youth for a web based training through distance learning. So in present session, we have learned about the necessary infrastructure and manpower required to set up a village resource center and village knowledge center. We have also assessed the requirement of capacity building training required for the staff and knowledge workers of these centers. We have assessed the requirement of monitoring and evaluation, partnership, sustainability for the effective management of village resource center and village knowledge center. Thank you and happy learning to all.